talk about CSS. It's the second CSS talk. So I have used a lot of CSS, starting from vanilla CSS, Bootstrap CSS, Bulma CSS, Sass CSS, SCSS, Smack CSS, BEM CSS, LESS, Post CSS, Tachyon, CSS Module, Style Components, CSS.js, Tailwind, Emotion, and back to vanilla CSS. And after doing all of this, I still don't know how to do CSS. And I really don't know. And I am just considering giving up CSS and going back to be a backend dev. No, I'm just kidding. So this is a library called Ornament, and we've developed this in Gaiwan. It also powers the Compass app. And I think we've taken the best parts about all of these and tried to kind of combine it into another type of CSS. And I hope you all know about this XKCD. This is just our take on CSS. I also have a CSS library called Sakura. Please check that out. So let's do a very quick demo. So I have imported Ornament, and this is how we kind of define components. So these are styled components. These are just plain functions, but they also act as reagent components. If you define this, you get back something. If you print that out, you get a class name. So we don't actually do anything. It's very simple. It's just a class name. But you can also get its CSS. I'm just going through a lot because I have a lot, so I'm just going to push through. You can print it out and see it on the REPL. You can also render it out as HTML. You can use Tailwind tokens inside of the devstyle macro. The devstyle macro actually inherits an HTML attribute. So it can be a div, it can be an A, it can be anything over here. It can also be another component. So you can kind of nest components. You can also, so every time you define a component inside a macro, it gets stored in a global registry. So you can see all of your CSS. And you can print that out to a file. You can cascade CSS. So you take the best parts about utility tokens and you cascade it just like normal CSS. You can use it as reagent functions. You can set the tokens. So if you don't want to use Tailwind, you want to use your own kind of tokens, you can define that using the instaparser language. We also use Garden beneath this. Sorry if you don't know these terms. I don't have enough time to explain all of these. But if you're using if you don't like Tailwind, if you want your own tokens, go for it. If you want your own color scheming, go for it. What else? OK, you can use components as class names. So I can actually, can I quickly demo this? OK, I'm going to skip all this, yes, so again, we can write normal CSS. We can use hover tags. We can use media tags. We can check the registry. So we can actually check everything which we've defined up till now. We can walk through it, and we can change it before we actually spit it out. So just really trust us. This is a good way to do CSS. Thank you.